This is the SmokePro DLX Pellet Grill, a pellet smoker that I've been using for a while now. I want to share what it's really like using this grill, especially if you're just getting into pellet smokers, and hopefully make things a bit easier if you're considering making the switch from old-school charcoal or gas grills. Let's start with the appearance and overall feel. The SmokePro DLX is a medium-sized grill, and to me it has a solid, modern look. The bronze color makes it stand out compared to the usual blacks and silvers most grills have. It's sturdy without being overly bulky or heavy. I can move it around my yard no problem, thanks to the big wheels and a good handle on the side. That matters more than you'd think. Moving a grill should not feel like a workout. There's a side shelf that you can attach, and although I don't really use mine just because I don't have the space, I think it would be really helpful if you prep outdoors a lot. The digital display is wide and super easy to read at a glance, even when the sun is out. The grilling space is pretty generous. There's an upper and lower rack, and enough room to handle a party's worth of food if you plan things out. From my experience, setting up the SmokePro DLX was simple, even as someone who doesn't love building things from scratch. All the screws and parts are included, and the instructions are clear. I use wood pellets, basically compressed wood that comes in all kinds of flavors like apple, hickory, and oak. I stuck with apple flavor for my latest cook, but you can experiment and see what you like. Using pellets is super convenient compared to charcoal or logs. You fill the hopper, which holds up to 18 pounds, and the grill automatically feeds pellets as it needs them for steady heat. What really stands out to me is how the SmokePro DLX manages the cooking temperature. There's a digital controller on the front that lets you pick your temp, and the display tells you both the set temperature and the actual inside temp. You can see small changes in real time, which is great. If you're new to smoking, the PID controller just means the grill is always trying to keep things at the temp you asked for. No big swings. I like being able to watch the temperature update as I make adjustments. The probes that come with it are really useful. These are wired thermometers you can plug into the control panel and stick into the meat, so you see exactly what's happening inside your cook, not just the air in the grill. I run both probes into big cuts like pork butt, just to be extra careful, and monitoring them is as simple as glancing at the screen. A quick review of my cooking process. I got up at 4 a.m., seasoned a pork butt, and got it on the grill. You turn the grill on with an on-off switch, then hit start. There's a 6-minute startup cycle. That just means the auger feeds pellets, the igniter gets hot, and the firebox starts burning. I leave the lid open until I see some smoke, then I close it and let the grill warm up to temp. After that, just put your meat on and set your target temp. For my pork, I set the grill at 225 degrees Fahrenheit and watched it hold steady. The pellet hopper is half full after 7 hours, so efficiency is not bad at all. One of the things I really appreciate is the ash cleanout system. There's a little lever you pull, and it dumps ash from the fire pot into a cup that's easy to empty. If you've ever had to reach inside a grill and try to scoop out ashes by hand, you'll know why this is such a big deal. Pellet cleanout is also straightforward. If you want to change pellet flavors, just let them cool and open the hopper door to empty the rest. Temperature accuracy and consistency are key features here. The grill keeps a nice, steady temperature for hours, which is the most important thing when it comes to smoking brisket, ribs, or pork butt. If you've worried about not being able to keep your cook at the right temp, or if you fought with cheap offset smokers that just spike up and down, this grill takes away that stress. The digital interface is user-friendly. I had doubts at first. Anything that's not a big manual dial can seem complicated if you haven't used it. But the SmokePro DLX is just a matter of pressing up or down and letting it do its thing. Something I should mention, especially if you're new to pellet grills, is that this runs on electricity. You'll need to plug it in. The included cord is long enough for most patios, but if you're not close to an outlet, you'll need an extension. As someone who smokes on my porch, I make sure the smoke blows away from the house, just to keep things from getting messy. Now let's talk about the key points I like. The SmokePro DLX makes smoking approachable for beginners, but doesn't feel watered down for those of us who have barbecued for years. I love how hands-off it is. I can check in every few hours, top up the hopper if needed, and trust that the grill is working properly. Being able to adjust smoke levels is a great touch. Some people like heavy smoke flavor, and others want something milder. So being able to pick your smoke setting is perfect for dialing in taste. Cleanup is honestly just as important as cooking, and the quick ash disposal system cuts way down on the hassle. From my experience, I'd recommend this for busy cooks who want real smoked food but don't have time to babysit a fire or scrub out a bunch of ashes. Here's what I don't like as much. Out of the box, the SmokePro DLX is not great for extremely high heat searing. It tops out at around 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is enough for most grilling, but not enough to get steakhouse-level crust. If you want to sear properly, you might want to buy the Sidekick add-on, basically a gas-powered griddle or sear box that hooks onto the side. For me, it's not a huge deal, since I mostly smoke or slow-roast big cuts. But it's something to think about. Also, the metal construction is solid, but it's not as heavy-duty as some of the more industrial grills I've seen. It looks sharp and holds up fine, but I do wonder about long-term durability after years in harsh weather. I keep mine sheltered and covered, which I think helps. Another small nitpick is that the shutdown process takes about 20 minutes. After you finish cooking, you select the shutdown option and let it run a cool-down cycle to clear burning pellets from the firepot. You definitely can't just unplug the grill and walk away, so that's something to remember. Despite those small downsides, in conclusion, I think the SmokePro DLX Pellet Grill is a smart buy, especially for anyone starting to get serious about outdoor cooking or looking for an easier way to smoke food at home. For me, it's simplified long cooks and lets me enjoy the process instead of fighting with my smoker. Even after 6 cooks, I keep finding new things to like about it. I think it's perfect for people who want real smoke flavor, accurate temps, and not a ton of effort. If you're used to old smokers that need constant tinkering, this is a totally different, better experience. It's not without small flaws, but in my opinion, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. I will update specific information about the SmokePro DLX Pellet Grill in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.